Hey everyone, I'm Eric Bowman, Executive Editor for TravelPulse, and welcome to Travel Advisor Tea Time, the show where travel advisors spill their thoughts on hot topics in the travel industry. And joining us today on Tea Time is Mario Lopez, President of Destination Weddings Expert. Welcome, Mario, and cheers.
Cheers, sir. Thank you so much for having me.
Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. Oh, I love that. Love the mug there. Yes. Hot tea. We've got some hot tea. We're going to be talking destination weddings and the space there. So, Mario, let's jump right into it. What's hot in the destination wedding space?
Oh, there's so much going on in the destination wedding space right now. However, I think one of the biggest things that we're seeing with our groups and mainly with our couples is they're really focusing on maybe some larger group excursions for their events. And we've always had a couple in the past. Maybe they might do, a sunset catamaran the day after, but we're starting to see a shift into some of those excursions becoming like the welcome event. Especially as comps, in room block contracts are getting kind of smaller and smaller, and that's they're changing what they look like. It's more incentive for the couples to go and find something unique for their guests to do as not, the main, obviously not the main wedding day, but as, some of those welcome events or an icebreaker or something like that. We're seeing a lot of that right now.
Very interesting. Yeah, cool and unique opens and just unique experiences to sort of differentiate your wedding versus maybe what you saw on Instagram or TikTok or anything, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. But they're really going for the unique right now, and I love the approach to it because it's not just in the decor right now, right? It's
Okay.
or
Yeah.
maybe not even just in the entertainment, but it's in just kind of the entire wedding weekend experience, which is fun.
Yeah, elevating it to something unique and cool. So that's what's hot now for the tea. What's not?
Ooh. What's not right now? Okay, so outside vendors are really starting to become something that's being pushed to the wayside, and it's an entire industry thing. We love our outside vendors. I have photographers that we work with all the time and hair and makeup that we work with all the time, but the hotels are really starting to push on larger outside vendor fees. And I do get the argument with it. There's, the hotels are working with these couples and they have a standard schedule with their team that's trained to do a certain way, and when you use an outside vendor, it's a little harder sometimes for them to follow run of show. So I'd like to advise my couples because especially photography, videography, hair and makeup are things that are so personal in taste. And, really you want to make sure that you're capturing the look and the feel and the aesthetic that you're going for. I've been encouraging my couples more and more to really focus on, hey, if you want to go with an outside vendor, we still encourage it. We have great partners that we work with all the time, and we want to make sure that you are getting the final result that you want to. Just want to start looking at it as part of your overall budget because it's becoming more and more significant as those vendor
Mhm.
fees raise.
Yeah, raising rates. Yeah, we see that prices impacting decision making quite a lot over the last year and a half here, and probably even more so into 2025. Who knows what the landscape will yield for sure.
Very, yeah.
We
Hmm.
we do know that weddings will, destination weddings for you advisors out there, yield some big commissions, though, but they can also be big chaos and craziness too. So, any wild, extravagant, lavish destination wedding booking experiences you've had that you want to spill the tea on? We love a good story here, you know?
Recently I had this group and they were an amazing group, honestly, to work with and do all the planning with. The guests were phenomenal, but they were very adventurous. And this group, I get a text message from the bride one day. Hey, we're all getting out. The entire group left the property and went out and it's like shopping downtown or something like that. They all went
Okay.
out together. But
Yeah.
I think that was just one of the crazier things. Usually you see a couple people going off property for, this or that, or going on excursions or, but literally the entire group went together. The coordination of that must have been a chaos. I was glad I wasn't involved in
Yeah,
that.
I was just about to ask. Do you have to help Linda? Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah. Kudos to that group for doing something even cool on their own experience and just making it a big party extending beyond, just the wedding celebration. So that's pretty cool.
Very adventurous, but it ended up being cool and everyone had a great time. So everyone got back to the resort safe. That's the only thing I care about, and I'm
Yes,
glad
that's
they did it.
Yeah, that had to be a little stressful on your end of hearing, well, everyone's gone. Is everyone back? Everyone's okay. Yeah, like
Exactly.
you don't want a crazy call at, 3 a.m. of Mario, I can't find the bride. Like,
Auntie so and so, that she never came back. No. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
where is she? Do you know Mario? Do you know? It's like, no, I'm a travel advisor. I don't know everything, but I know a lot of things, right? I'm sure you deal with some crazy brides here and there.
I am,
Over your
I'm all
career.
about, yeah, I'm all about spontaneity and adventure. I just, that's when it comes out of the blue, which I guess is the definition of spontaneity. It gets me a little nervous on the advisor side of things.
Rightfully so. Yeah, you guys have to deal with a lot. So, to our travel advisor listeners now, let's get specific into them. What are your tips for fellow advisors to break into or just kind of better build their destination wedding sales?
My biggest focus with new advisors, when I'm speaking to new advisors and coaching them on coming into the industry, that's is really focusing on getting to the property and making sure that you experience what the guests experience. It's, these the fam trips that the advisors go on, they're fantastic. It's great. And they should do those. But I also encourage them to go and experience the property on their own. When you go on your own, you're able to sit down at the restaurants and you actually eat the food that, just you would randomly order off of a menu and not something that's, a preset menu for the entire group, right? You're able to go there and lounge by the pool or go to the club or whatever it is. But I really encourage our advisors to go and do that. Now I know it's kind of intimidating when you're first getting into the industry and you're like, okay, well, I don't have $2,000 to go and just to
Yeah.
go and visit every single one of these resorts and whatnot. But there's ways that you can be efficient about it. So as you're selling these groups, your BDMs from different companies will always tell you make sure you log your rewards, make sure that you're tracking your sales. The reason they do that is because you get those rewards on the back end, and then you can use some of those points to go to the properties, check them out on your own, in your own time, in your kind of in your own way. So I always encourage advisors to take advantage of that. And that's also something that we use as a sales tool on our end. That's we call it "We Go So You Know" at
Yeah.
Destination Weddings Expert. So it's "We Go So You Know" means that if we are selling a resort, if we're presenting it to you, unless you come to us just randomly with something else, we will present resorts that we have been to, that we have a relationship with the groups department or the weddings department for, and we have experienced ourselves, so that we can speak to the experience that your guests are going to have while they're on site.
Excellent advice. So thank you so much, Mario, for taking time out of your busy, busy schedule here in the start of the year. I'm sure you're doing lots of planning for future weddings. So if anyone would like to get in touch with Mario, or if you'd like to be on Travel Advisor Tea Time sometime, our description information will be in the description and the information below. You can reach out and get in touch with us then. And then again, yeah, if you want to be on, let us know. I'd love to cook up something with you. So Mario, thanks for spilling the tea here and talking what's hot and what's not. Cheers.
Cheers, Eric. Talk soon.